Hey, I'm Vergo and this is Psychedelic Actualization. On this channel we talk about topics like self-realization, self-actualization and working with psychedelics to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So if you're interested in any of these topics, subscribe to the channel right now. Today, I'm gonna show you a full session of a magic mushroom ceremony that I did. I'm gonna show you the full session in time-lapse with some clips inside and some juicy insights at the end of this video. So definitely stay tuned for those. Those were amazing. So for this session I decided to consume mushroom cacao powder that I got. And I took 7 grams of this mushroom cacao powder, which was a ratio of 1:1. So it was 3.5 grams of mushrooms. But it was not your usual psilocybin cubensis mushroom, but it was a different strain. And unfortunately, I don't remember which strain it was, but my friend told me that those mushrooms were some of the strongest out there and about like double the strength of a good cubensis strain. So it should be about 7 grams of your usual cubensis, and it definitely felt like that. It was such an intense session. It was unbelievable. And yeah, I decided to just go with a playlist from Mandel Kathleen, a psilocybin therapy playlist that I was trying out just with good headphones, an eye mask, and then just journeying deep inside. And my preparation was just fasting. I was starting at 10 a.m. in the morning, so I would be finished by like 2 or 3 in the evening, and then I had the whole day for some integration. And my intention to go into this experience was, what is love? The question, what is love? I love to go into a session with that question, and that was the question that I asked. And I got so many different answers related to that question, but also not related to that question. So with that, I would say enjoy the video. It's so ridiculous. Time has stopped to pass. Just keeps going. Just keeps going on. And it's pure purification and healing. So good. It's so much. Just like it's so unbelievably much. It's such a small amount of human perceived time. Oh, it's nice. These symmetrical movements have never happened to me before. But they feel good. It's just very authentic movement of whatever itself wants to express itself in the moment. That's nice. Martin Paul talks a lot about it.
washing my scars. The past doesn't stand a chance now. It just drowns in this overwhelming power of now. By destiny and fate, we are chosen to stay awake till dawn, but no tomorrow in our thoughts. Some are praying, some are crying, some are laughing, but some are trying to stay awake. When time's no more than sand, I'm on a Royal Ranger's camp. My fears falling apart. These tears are washing my scars. Heaven to on earth, here on earth, in our heart. Oh, this overwhelming presence of God. My fears falling apart. These tears washing my scars. The past doesn't stand a chance. It just drowns in this overwhelming power of now.
You know what's funny? It's like from the outside, it seems like there's not that much happening. Like I don't move that much other than the weird gestures and the clapping or some weird expressions that I'm doing. But like internally, so much is happening. I'm going through so much. I'm traveling through space and time, into outer dimensions, into deep periods of suffering or nausea where I'm about to vomit almost, or through very deep spiritual realizations and periods of ecstasy and bliss. But from the outside it's just a human being laying in its bed. Okay, wow, what a session. That was a lot. It was about 3.5 hours since I took the dose, and now I feel myself getting into the afterglow of the experience being over. And it was so much that happened. It was a lot that I kind of feel the desire to map it out into a mind map and to journal about it now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Before that, I'm gonna just do some rapé or smoke some mapacho. Probably I'll go for rapé to just center myself and enjoy the afterglow of this session. And after, I'll go to the integration work and then tell you what happened in this session. So much that happened. It's like I can't stop thinking about it. That's the point of the rapé. Stop thinking about what just happened. I'm gonna have time for that in the integration. Just enjoy it. Afterglow. Thank you, Sacred Mushroom, for this experience. Thank you for your teachings, for your being. Thanks for the mushroom. Thanks for the human. And thanks for this present experience of life. Alrighty, this is what I came up with. I don't want to leave you empty-handed, so I'm just gonna share my insights from this journey, and then my work is done for today. So, it was so much happening, like I don't even think I grasped everything that happened, but definitely the main insights, and that is, I'd say, good enough. So, first point is the mushrooms themselves. Especially in the beginning of the journey, the mushroom entity kind of presented itself, and I kind of grasped its power, you know, and then some questions came to my mind that I was asking the mushroom. It's like, where do they come from, for example? And I got the answer that they come from far, far out. It's like this, they come from far out of space. I don't know if it was like an internal contemplation or actual insights from the mushroom, but I got like these images of an alien civilization, an alien intelligence that created the mushroom and kind of was sending it out into space, and now they landed here on Earth. And then the next question that came to my mind is like, okay, now like what purpose do you serve? Like what's your purpose? And the answer I got is to help humanity fulfill its dharma. So whoever kind of comes into communion with these mushrooms, their purpose is to fulfill, like help us fulfill our dharma. Whatever the dharma of humanity is, which is kind of interesting. So it's a progression towards something, but it's a progression towards the unknown. So that was kind of interesting. Then I got some images upon humanity and how small and silly and insignificant humanity as a whole is in this whole universe, which was kind of interesting. Then, also related to the mushrooms, I got the calling to grow them. A deep calling. I got images in my head that I should start growing them, that I should like start to cultivate them and to share them with the world. Like a calling to share the experience with my friends and my family and with the whole world. I mean, it's kind of my path, and that calling, I'm working towards realizing that every day, but still like the recognition and reminder of that came up in this experience. Then the mycelium itself, like the mushrooms are the kingdom of the earth, right? The mushrooms are a whole field of intelligence that's working underneath the earth, which is kind of interesting. Then I got glimpses to truth, to love, and to God. So my intention for going into this journey was the main question: what is love? I like to ask that question over and over and over and over again in many of my journeys, because it's such a deep question. And I keep getting glimpses into the truth of the answer of what love is. But it's still like one of my main intentions for going into these psychedelic journeys. And I got a glimpse of what love is in this journey as well. So I saw the creation principle, like all of life being created and kind of being annihilated into oneness, into the singularity again, and this whole cosmic game kind of played in front of me, and the answer came that life is love. Life is love. And that is wow, that is beautiful. That is a beautiful realization, because it is the love from the creator to creation itself. Because the creator created creation, right? Out of love. And life and all of creation is that love from the Creator. And that is the most beautiful experience. The realization of that is one of the most beautiful experiences, or the most beautiful experience that we can have as a human being, I believe. And this experience of this nectar of the union with that realization is worth everything. It is worth going through everything. And that kind of that leads into the next realization and the next parts of insights from this journey, and that is the commitment to this work. Because this work it's real work. It's not easy. It requires our full trust and our commitment and our dedication to these journeys. And it's scary stuff. It's scary stuff sometimes. This journey as well, it was not easy. It was difficult times as well. I had my doubts. I had like these doubts of like these thoughts of when does it end? Of, oh wow, those are strong. This is another interesting like play from our ego mind, right? It's like these thoughts of like, oh wow, those mushrooms are strong. Or when does it end? Or does it have to be another round? Yes, it has to be another round. The mushroom itself decides when the experience ends and how long the duration of this process is gonna be like for this session. And it requires a deep, deep, deep surrender and a deep readiness to go through a lot of purification. And through that purification comes a sort of healing. And this is really beautiful. And yeah, I was contemplating just like the nature of this work, of working with these substances, of like how far do I want to go? Because it's scary, like, and in what pace do I want to go into this work? I think those are questions that everybody has to contemplate for themselves, because it can get into very, very deep territory, especially if we go into it with the aim on and the intention of self-realization and self-understanding and understanding the nature of reality itself. And that leads me into the next section, which was kind of small, and that is healing. I definitely see the healing potential. It was a healing experience for me. I see the healing potential of psilocybin for depression and for anxiety. Even though I don't have like depression or anxiety, it still showed me again like that I can go through so much. I can go through so much suffering and so many highs and lows, and just going through this whole experience of the suffering and the letting go and everything, taking it all in, that is very healing itself. That's about it. One last thing that came to mind at the end of the session was relationships. I'm in the process of falling in love, and falling in love is a beautifully horrible thing, you know. Yeah, it's such a mystery, like, and such a interesting part of life, you know, falling in love with another human being. It makes you vulnerable. I kind of contemplated attachment, because I don't want to be attached, kind of. I want to keep non-attachment, but still be invested in the relationship. And it's like, yeah, kind of opening up to that means also opening up to a lot of challenges and a lot of suffering, because this is inevitable when you are growing together with another human being. It's kind of the path of Tantra. And yeah, I was contemplating that, going through that, letting go of the attachment, and still like embracing the challenge of that whole experience, which was also very healing and important to go through. So I guess that's about it. One last thing that I was contemplating, probably gonna make another video about it, is a really interesting thought that came to my mind regarding the glimpses to truth, and the mushroom entity itself, because the mushrooms are an entity, kind of. They are an intelligence. They are definitely an intelligent life form. I mean, we can say that, depending on like what our experiences are like. And they have kind of an authority and a character to them, right? And there's still like the creation principle and truth and love itself. And we as human beings, we strive towards self-realization and enlightenment and escaping this wheel of samsara to be liberated and free, right? And the question came to my mind is like, can the mushroom intelligence, or is the mushroom intelligence striving towards liberation as well? Because it is intelligent and it is a life form, and I would regard it more conscious and aware than animals or insects. And we know that animals and insects, they don't strive for liberation, but we as humans do, right? So just an interesting question that came to my mind that I haven't gotten an answer from is like, do the mushrooms does the mushroom intelligence strive towards self-realization and liberation? Very interesting to contemplate. So I guess that's it for today. Those were all my key insights from this really beneficial, rewarding, valuable, but also very difficult and draining and challenging journey. Thank you very much. I hope you got some value out of this experience. I think it was a nice one to share. It showed like the whole procedure of everything in a very authentic way, and that's the purpose of this video, and this is the purpose of my channel, to just share my journey and the frameworks of how we can work with these substances in a responsible manner with you guys. So if you're interested in those kinds of topics and you want to follow along on my journey and you want to maybe gain some insights and guidance towards your journey and your psychedelic journeys towards preparation and integration, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more coming. I would appreciate you following along. And other than that, you can follow me on Instagram, and I would say I wish you a wonderful day, all the blessings, all the love. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.